of those, I attended the University of Washington. So still fall 2010. These are the places that rejected me because I was number 6, not top 5 of my high school class. I got the first term of my senior year, I had a dip in my grades. Some of my coursework was graded on a decimal system, so that'd be like, instead of A or A minus, it would be like 4.0, 3.9, 3.8, 3.7, that kind of a decimal system, which is, in my experience, having done both, a lot harder to get a good grade on, like a 4.0 GPA on. So I got my one and only non 4.0 grade in high school, and I got it my first term, my senior year, and these colleges that I'm about to list hated that. They were like, absolutely not, that's a horrible trajectory, and we've seen this trajectory before. In her keyboarding work from elementary school, so when I was like 7 or 8 years old, they actually pulled up those records. Kind of thing, where I was bottom 5 and then I didn't improve from bottom 5. I had a 4.0 GPA, then I didn't get it, and I didn't get the 4.0 GPA back. Yeah, so that was kind of the same by the end of the year. However, I did pull my grades back up, which was not quite the same as the keyboarding thing, because the keyboarding thing, I think I stayed the bottom 5. So I actually, as I've grown older, I have gotten better, and it's reflected in my college acceptance rates. To go from 50% to 100% to like 120%, 100% plus bonus offers. Well, if most improved matters in life, these are institutions that did not choose me because I am most improved. They're like, it doesn't matter to them. That's just the reality. They got a lot of applications. They want people who are stars when they apply, will maintain that star status, never dip, never improve, because they start as stars. And that's actually kind of relevant for swimming. Some people start off as like 49th and then win a gold medal. Some people start, top 10 and can't ever improve upon that. Like, they don't ever show large placing improvements, which is kind of, it's not really how life works. Something wonky was in the beginning there, or the system's rigged. And that's kind of with a lot of these schools. It's worth noting, well, if they didn't choose me, I've said why, who did they choose instead? Some people call it a rigged system. I'm not bitter about this. I accept it happened. That's part of why I'm doing this, is they chose legacies instead of me. So essentially they were like, we don't like her and we're giving this spot to a legacy. They dubbed me an academic, which means they thought they would go on to I would be a professor or something like that. And they were like, instead of a professor, quote unquote, type, which they classified me as for admissions, I did not classify myself as that. They chose a legacy in place of me, which is great for their money, right? I mean, that's what they're trying to maintain a steady stream. It's like, essentially they have a family that's wealthy. They're like, take that kid. We're doing this for their money. They might not have they didn't have the same grades as me. They weren't as good in school, that kind of thing, but they were consistent income for the university. Versus like with me, if I had kids, I have squirrel kids, like I could think of the squirrel as a kid. Hell no, I'm not going to send the squirrels to any of these universities. Right? Reject me. That gets to go both ways long term, fortunately. So these are Brown University, George Washington University, Tufts University. This one I was also rejected. I like to make a joke that I was rejected because I applied to a program that didn't exist. That was technically correct. I applied to a major that they were rolling out and did not actually have yet. And then I was rejected and they didn't actually make the major. So it's a really weird. I actually applied to something that was like they were trying to make but didn't actually make. And so technically I applied to a program that did not exist yet when I applied, but did not exist and still has not existed, I think. So that one was yeah. That was a weird one. Stanford University. This is the one, I think there's a Stanford College. I think it's Stanford University, the one in California in the Bay Area. I attended UC Berkeley for graduate school. So I did not apply to any of these schools for graduate school. Burn me once, I burn you back, kind of thing. Besides, they didn't have very good, I was a University of California, Berkeley was #1 in the world in geophysics when I applied and got in and attended, so it was kind of, they weren't top notch either for what I was doing. Kind of like I wasn't top notch for them when I applied. At St. Louis of St. Louis. At St. Louis. At St. Louis. Washington University at St. Louis. So I was rejected from, this is rejected from. Brown University, George Washington University, Tufts University, Stanford University, University of Chicago, and Washington University in St. Louis. In? Third time's the charm. I'll look it up before I post this and put it in the video description. So that was undergrad, round 1. Round 2, which I would do green ink, I would do black. School colors, this gets to my alma mater, a 4-year degree in alma mater. Round 2, fall 2000, so this is fall 2012 admission. Upward first, so this is, I think I heard back from here first, University of Hawaii at Hilo, and then University of Hawaii at Mānoa, and attended alma mater. So I graduated from here with my 4-year degree. Highly recommend. Depending on what one's doing and the lifestyle one wants to live while one's in school, and whether or not they want to be accepted for having a life or not, kind of thing. I really enjoyed the University of Hawaii at Mānoa. I love it. I'm proud of it. I love running into people who are other Rainbow Warriors, so we're Rainbow Warriors. I could not be happier with the choice I made. Yay. So happy end note. So I was accepted to both of these schools, and I attended and graduated from University of Hawaii at Mānoa. And this was transfer, so a lot of people don't ever go through the transfer process. It's an entirely different application process than I'm applying to a 4-year institution for the first time, and that kind of thing. But for me, it was worth it, and I'm very happy I made that choice.